Oh, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. That's the show title. I'm Monk. How you doing tonight? Hope you're well. I'm all right. I think I'm getting a chest cold. I don't want to get into it, but man, I'm tired of being a sickly person. Been this way my whole life. Weather's changing. Eh. I'm happy though. I'm very happy. Got to spend some time with one of the granddaughters yesterday, so that was nice. Actually, both of them for a little while. Both of the ones from my son. The other three I don't get to see near enough. But you know me, I get to see my grandkids, and I'm just a happy guy. So I am very, very happy. Just sore. Anyway, we're here to talk about things pissing me off because that's basically the subject of the show. And for some reason, Hunter Avlone, not him directly, but his nonsense about we need to destigmatize pedos popped up on my Twitter timeline. Somebody went back and found his tweet from 2022, one that kind of kicked off the whole thing. And where he's like, what we really need to do is make it so pedophiles aren't afraid to tell people they're pedophiles. And my wife actually made fun of me today for the voice I use when I make fun of folks. And some idiot on there said, actually, Hunter's correct. He's absolutely correct. I'm like, no, he's not. No, he's not. And I had forgotten that I deleted our video on that because of election shit from 2022. It's not really worth discussing. But we got in trouble for some things that we did in that election. I just got really so it's nice to see her back. But I just linked her videos to the guy where she went over our debate. And I don't normally listen to myself. I don't go back and hello, you muted. What? I'm not muted. Anyway, I don't go back and listen to myself. And not for the normal reasons. Most people like I hate my own voice. I fucking love my own voice. Kind of known for it because I really do. I like my voice. But I often, like in that debate, I was listening to parts of it, and there were so many times where I could have just slapped him around even more. You went silent for like 20 seconds. Oh, yeah, probably internet issues. Sorry about that. Without Jack here, it's really hard for me to tell. You know, we'll bring something up on the screen because that makes it easier for me to tell. This is the story we're going to be talking about tonight. For the first time in a long time, I think I'm going to have to go in and change the thumbnail and the title of this because as much fun as this one is for me, right before stream, I caught two things where the left is like trying to deny the election. And it's funny as fuck to me. It is so funny. We'll get to it in a little bit. One of them is pretty new, and one of them I think is the Starlink thing, even though the guy isn't really specific. He just says that he knows Kamala's going to take back her concession, and we're going to find out about all the cheating. We'll get to it. I don't want to spoil it too much. But I do want to talk about our old friend Ann Selzer. Ann Selzer, who put out the Iowa poll 4 days before the election or 3 days before the election, whatever it was, where she said, Kamala Harris, oh, excuse me, where she said, is Anna married to Alka? Stop it, Bubba. How dare you tell such a good joke? She tells us that Iowa's in play. Kamala was up by 3%. And we went and looked at it and like, there's no fucking way. There's no way. And even the poll from the Des Moines Register, where she kind of sort of worked, we'll get to that in a second. But even that one, their earlier poll in September had Kamala down by 4, which was an outlier in itself. Almost every other poll, I think every other poll, if I remember correctly, showed double-digit lead for Trump, and Trump ends up winning it by 13. So her poll was off. Her final poll, this "you guys don't realize what's coming" poll, was off by 16 points. It was 17, but they've found a couple more votes to count, so she's a little bit closer now. So it's only a 13-point lead instead of the 14 it was like 3 days ago. But she's finally spoke out about it. And we're just going to read it. Pollster Ann Selzer ending election polling, moving to other ventures and opportunities. This is written by her. And you'll notice it's a guest column by her. They keep pointing to this when she did the poll, and like, this is the greatest poll that's ever polled any polling in polls before. Like the Des Moines Register poll. It is the Des Moines Register poll. She used to work for them, but she realized the monetary value she could get if she stopped polling for them and made her own polling firm. And then the Des Moines Register just printed her polling firm's data. Sure, why not? Public opinion polling has been my life's work. I collected my first research data as a freshman in college. If you don't count a neighborhood poll I did at age 5. Who letting their 5-year-old wander around, knock on doors, and ask questions? Even like, she's old as shit. She probably grew up in the 60s. Even back in the 60s. Who's letting never mind. I've always been fascinated with what a person could learn from a scientific sample of a meaningful universe. What? What? At 5, you were fascinated by what a person. Never mind. I love when people try to give their childhood things deeper meaning. I was fascinated by scientific samples at 5. Okay. Beyond election polls, my favorite projects were helping clients learn something they did not know to help them evaluate options for their companies, institutions, or causes. That work may well continue, but I knew a few years ago that the election polling part of my career was headed to a close. This is another thing I like what people do, because she's going to tell us here that let's read the next one. Over a year ago, I advised the Register I would not renew when my 2024 contract expired with the latest election poll as I transitioned to other ventures and opportunities. You see, guys, she's not quitting because of how bad her poll was. She's not quitting because she was off by 16 points in a state that Trump won 3 times now, 2 times when she did the poll, by double digits. He won him by double digit. No, I was already going to quit. It is totally not because I made such an ass of myself. At 5, I was interested by custard and using sticks as guns. At 5, I was interested in the Batman TV show because at 5, this is 1980, and every day they played the 60s Batman TV show, and I was fascinated by it. Loved it. Same bad time, same bad channel. I sure as fuck wasn't wandering the neighborhood taking a poll. Are you going to vote for Reagan or Carter? That would have been the appropriate election at the time. Would I like to make this announcement after a final poll aligning with the election day results? Of course. Well, then you probably should have done a better poll. Just saying. Of course, it's ironic that it's just the opposite. It's not ironic. It's telling, is what it is. It's telling. I am proud of the work I've done for the Register. Even that last one, man. For the Detroit Free Press and for the Indianapolis Star and Bloomberg News and for other public and private organizations interested in elections. They were great clients and happy with my work. Yeah, we got that when you came out with your poll and everybody came out and said, she's the best pollster ever. Even Newt Gingrich goes on Mark Halpern's show where she was there to defend her poll before the election. And he's like, even when I don't agree with her results, she's like one of the best pollsters ever. She's great. She was on the inside. I mean, everybody was like, yeah, she tells me what I want to hear. So it's great. Over 30 years of polling led to an A+ rating in Nate Silver's analysis of pollsters' track records of accuracy, which is true. but that goes on a year by year basis, and it's supposed to be based. And frankly, you never should have gave her the A+ rating, because the Des Moines Register poll doesn't give us their specifics. They don't give us the raw data. They just go, "This is what's going on. We promise." And that's fine as long as that is what's going on. But clearly. Oh, thank you, Dangerous. Clearly, that's not what happened in this election. And you're only as good as your last poll. That's the rule in polling. You're only as good as your last poll. And her last poll was so far outside of the margin of error that I don't think you can even call it a poll at that point. It's just make believe. Her big point on why her poll showed a 3% win or 3-point win, for Harris. And I'm not making this up. Old white ladies. Yep, that's right. Old white ladies who, by the way, it used to always be that senior citizens were the ones who voted the most. That has not been true for a while. It's the group right below them that are. The 65 plus is no longer the biggest voting block. And I don't think they have been for a while, but we keep treating them that way. It's actually the block right below there. What is it? The 45 to 65 group, I think, is the official breakdown. But she was convinced, absolutely convinced, that you needed to put a shit ton of weight on old white ladies. And that's what she did. She took a group of people, because the total poll, I want to say, had like 800 people in the final sample. I'd have to go bring it back up. But so if my numbers are off by a little bit, I'm not lying to you. It's just I haven't read it in a few days. But I think it was 800 and some. And the original sample that they took was over 1,000. But they weeded out a whole bunch of people. And her basis for weeding them out, and I'm not exaggerating here, was she only went with people who said they were absolutely, definitely going to vote. If they said they were probably going to vote, they threw that in the trash. That was not worth examining. And I do wonder what would happen to her polling results if she brought that basically 20% of the total back in. But no, she relied exclusively on old white ladies to give her a 16-point fuck up. See, fucking white women, man, they fuck everything up. I'm not lying to you. It's just my brain hates me. That's true, Spud. That's true. I read a lot of numbers is the problem. And remembering specific numbers can be a pain in the ass. Hey, Jack, what's up?
Same old. How you doing?
I'm, happy. And I'm laughing at this old white lady who so thoroughly fucked up her career that she had to quit that I'm amused as well.
Yeah, I was listening for a minute there. Well, I ate a piece of pie. But
don't gloss it over. What kind of pie?
Oh, it was chocolate lush.
Ooh, I like a good. My two favorite kinds of pie. I love apple pie. Pumpkin is another favorite, but if I can't have apple, you give me a chocolate pie. Oh, yeah, little Cool Whip.
Yeah, everything's better with Cool Whip. I'm not a pie person, but you slop a big thing of Cool Whip on there, and
oh yeah,
I'll eat that. I do love pumpkin pie with Cool Whip.
Cool. Lost me at chocolate, sadly. Well, any kind of pie that is a crust that somebody just poured pudding in and cooled, I'm happy with.
It does taste better that way.
Yeah. Anyway, Jack.
Yeah. So I happened to catch that you said she was blaming old white ladies.
Yeah. Well, not blaming old white ladies. That's what she based her poll on.
Oh, so she based her poll on herself.
Yes. You caught that, did you?
Yes. Yes.
We don't have her picture on the screen. She is the person on the thumbnail. Yeah, she's an old white lady. I probably should have pointed that out. Her demographic was the most important demographic. Shocking, right?
Yeah.
That's like me going, hey, look, Among people who like me, the ones who like me, they're the right ones.
The ones that like me the most are the most correct.
What's up, AP? How you doing, man?
Hey, if
All right. There were shocking polling for each, to be sure. In the end, my findings looked good. Over 30 years of polling. Oh, we already read that. I earned that rating in Silver's first list, and my grade never dropped. I bet it will next time. Considering, I mean, were there any major polls that were off this bad? Most of the polls, if you go and look at them, they were within the margins of error, or at least very close. And we can look at the polls all day and see, like, yeah, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. We know why. But this is the greatest example we've ever had because of how she admitted the weighting, Jack, to show that the weighting is what matters when you're doing these polls. If you do a poll of 100 people and it breaks down 50% of them are Republicans, 40% are Democrats, and 10% are independents. But then you go, wait. What the world shows, the national polling has always showed, is that there's more Democrats. So we have to take away some from those Republicans because obviously it's not a good sample. Well, then you're adding weight to the Democrats based on shit that wasn't actually in your poll. And there is a reason to do that sometimes. This is where polling is not a science. It's a guess. The weighting is the hardest part. Exactly, because you have to know what you're weighting and why and how accurate the weighting is. And we always see that no matter what, even though as of right now, as far as we know, there are more registered Republicans in the country than Democrats, they still weight it as though there's more Democrats.
I think that's wishful thinking.
Apparently, it's Greg Rogers' birthday.
What?
Yeah. This one's for you, Greg. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Greg
Rogers.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Hope you have a good one, my friend. I really, really do.
Indeed.
Yeah, so I made this very clear, I hope, throughout this election. Polls have a use. They really do. But you have to know what you're looking at. But even then, with all of the other ones, none of them was off like this was. By the way, when this came out, there was a lady who tweeted out that the same thing is going on in Kansas right next door. I don't think you guys understand. They passed an abortion ban there in Iowa, and it has really pissed off all the women's. By the way, Kansas and Iowa both went to Trump. That lady has since deleted that tweet.
Shocker.
She's deleted that tweet and apparently is making the move to Blue Sky.
Aren't they all?
They
Aren't they all going to Blue Sky like a bunch of babies?
We're going to go over there. We'll get into why they're doing that later, Jack. Apparently Elon's gaming the system.
Oh my God. The Starlink. Starlink is online.
Not that one. That's a different one.
Oh, sorry. My Blue Anon conspiracy theories just kind of mushed together.
No. This one is about Twitter itself. So we'll get to that in a bit. Polling is a science of estimation. It's not a science. Don't call it a science. It's not a science.
It's a science like sociology is a science.
And science has a way of periodically humbling the scientist. No. Science isn't what does it. It's your own hubris that does it.
Yeah.
Science is just science. And if you guys followed science, the scientific method and all that, you don't get humbled because you're not going into it egotistically.
Yeah.
You're going into it.
Sorry.
You're going into it with the assumption that you're wrong.
No, I see that's unregistered sciencing. You have to go in there and say, I am correct. Let me find the data that proves it. That's how it's done now, monkey. We've made it better.
The actual usage of the scientific method is to try to prove yourself wrong.
Oh, that's some old school colonialism, monkey.
I know, right?
Yeah, that Enlightenment era nonsense. No, we don't do that anymore. You save your white people magic for something else, buddy. You can't explain how the witch doctor could summon the lightning.
I am so happy to read this next sentence. It's my favorite sentence of this whole thing, Jack.
Ooh.
So I'm humbled, yet always willing to learn from unexpected findings. Can I just point out this is the chick who's taking her ball and going home? I'm always willing to learn, but I'm not going to do it anymore.
Is she quitting?
Yes.
Oh, the fuck is she talking about then? She didn't learn anything. She's like, fuck you people, I'm done.
I'm always willing to learn.
You people are a bunch of fascist lovers.
My work will continue for current clients and for clients yet to come. In addition, I'm thinking about how to put other talents to work for the benefit of new clients. Well, you can show them your really, really bad poll and see how many of them want to hire you as a client to, gauge public interest.
I don't know. When I offer to show people my poll, they call it cops.
I'm probably going to be the same with this lady going forward. My integrity means a lot to me. Obviously not. Jack, let's say, let me read the rest of this. To those who have questioned it, there are likely no words to dissuade. Now let me ask my question. Let's say your integrity was called into question, Jack.
Okay.
And you had a set of data that you had to explain why you believed what you believed.
Mm-hmm.
Would you A, share that data and explain your thought process, or B, run away and hide?
Does this involve a restraining order or a teenage girl?
No.
Oh, okay. Then my PowerPoint would be ready within the hour.
My whole data set would have been out there. Like, this is why I thought it, guys. Yeah, I fucked up, but this is why I fucked up. Here's the raw numbers that I used. I totally was not being a partisan shitbag. I read the numbers wrong. And you know what? That would be a valid thing. She clearly, like I said, she's told us that she gave a whole bunch of weight to old white ladies. I don't know why. But show us the old white lady data. Let's see that. How many old white ladies were in that 800-person poll that you gave them that much sway?
She went to one nursing home and interviewed everybody. She was like visiting some old friend or something.
I feel like she was just talking to herself in the mirror.
And what do you think of that fascist Trump? Oh, he's going to lose.
And then she'd go change into a new old lady sweater and it was like a whole new person. So she interviewed that one too.
Oh my God. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
It's like a creepy Buffalo Bill scenario.
For those who know me best, I appreciate the supportive notes and calls reminding me that what drew me to them as friends, colleagues, and clients was commitment to truth and accuracy, both in my professional and my personal relationships. This I'm quitting article is worse than her poll.
This is a lot of look, I wasn't very good on this one, but man, I'm so awesome. By the way, I'm quitting.
Yes.
And I'm never going to talk to any of you assholes again.
That's part of my DNA, and I intend to protect and preserve that heart of me. Not part, that heart of me.
Oh, thought you were mispronouncing words.
Nope. That's what she wrote.
Oh, that's stupid.
I'm going to preserve and protect that by running away and hiding and not sharing my work. It goes on to tell, that's the end of her writing. It says, Ann Selzer heads Selzer & Co. of West Des Moines. She first worked with the Iowa poll in 1987 as a Des Moines Register staffer, then started her own firm and has conducted the Iowa poll on a contract basis since 1997. And then it says this story's been updated to add video. I haven't seen the video and I don't really care. I just thought it was funny that she's like, my integrity matters, but not enough to show you what I saw. I'm all the integrity. Integrity is the most important thing to me. And to those of you who don't believe me, there's nothing I could say, so I'm not even going to try.
I would defend my integrity, but it stands on its own. I'll see you later.
Yes.
Wow. That's bold. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
It's just so insane to me that you would write that, and that's how you're going to go out, right? I completely fucked this up, but I'm still totally awesome.
I mean, as far as propaganda goes, just telling people you're pretty fucking cool is a good way to go, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, because then she doesn't have to admit to any real, like, look, I didn't get this one right. Sources and methods, sorry, that's top secret. Bye.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a supervillain exit plan, but I kind of respect it at the same time. Like, that took some brass balls to do that.
Really did, yes.
On an unrelated note, after the show ended the other day, we got a donation from Dixie Rose. Thank you for that feminist donation. I wish the women on The View were so dumb I wouldn't have to listen to their stupidity. Yeah, that's the problem, though, is they present themselves as if they're geniuses, but they are very, very dumb people. And it's compelling because you're like, wow, that dumb opinion can't possibly be. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah, it's amazing how they double and triple down on their own stupid, and they think they're geniuses. But thank you, Dixie, for that.
How about those Chargers? Yeah, I watched the clips from the game. I'd like to thank the Bengals for showing up.
Did the Bengals
Chargers
lose?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Chargers had a 21-point lead and blew it, and then won the game anyway.
Oh, that was pure accident that they won then.
Yeah, the Bengals race back and tie it up 27-27. They missed 2 field goals in that game. Oof.
Ow.
But the Chargers ended up winning with a touchdown in the last minute of the game. So,
oh, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, like I said, any other team, they probably end up beating the Chargers, but the Bengals cannot finish this year. It's funny as shit.
Oh, that's got to be very sexually frustrating.
Yeah, man, they're going home blue balled repeatedly.
Ooh.
Speaking of blue balls, what a weird segue to this guy. Go ahead, Jack.
No, we'll just run with it, dude. Oh yeah, this guy.
Was that not a great segue?
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
Not only does he look like a giant testicle,
yes,
but he definitely has some blue balls and those creepy wizard brows, dude. Trim that shit.
Yeah, you need to cut that shit down, man. Just trim right across the top. Take about half of that up. I'm not usually one of those people who's like, you need to do something with your eyebrows. Even people with a unibrow, most of the time, they just leave it alone because they look retarded when they try.
Yeah.
But homie needs to do something with those caterpillars sleeping on his eyes.
Yeah, like at least grow your beard longer so that it sort of matches. And it's not as blatantly obvious that you have fucked up eyebrows.
Yes, 100%. Of course, the Bengals lost. It's hard to play properly when you walk like an Egyptian. I'm not speaking to you anymore tonight, Dangerous. All right. Well played. I do feel bad for Burrows, though, man. He is playing decent this year as well as he ever has, but the team around him, it just keeps collapsing.
Maybe they're all Republicans.
Maybe.
They love to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory.
All right. Speaking of snatching defeat, oh, God, I almost don't even want to play this.
Dude, this clip was great. I wish I could find the whole thing because I know there's a longer version of it out there.
Is there? Because I want to know what he's talking about because I think we both have an inkling.
Yeah. I think we're both correct too. But
sorry. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
I think we're going to have a major announcement within the next 2 weeks. I don't think Donald Trump will ever be sworn into office. I think we're going to find out about what will be considered and called the crime of the century.
He's talking about the Starlink thing. He's got to be.
Yeah. The crying of the century, more like.
Just a reminder, we really are going to have to find that video and watch the whole 3-minute rambling that woman did. It's somewhere on my timeline, but I was just going to let it go because I figured this shit would blow away in the wind like it belongs.
No,
This lady came out and claimed, as a tech person, Jack, she works in the tech industry. You guys just don't know. You
don't know.
The election machines were hooked up to Starlink, and Starlink can't do counting because Starlink uses Linux, and Linux cannot separate things. It can only take one kind of input at a time. One kind. You just don't know.
You don't understand because you're not a tech person like I am. I'm a fucking genius. You're a dumb little rube.
I honest to fuck don't know what she's talking about. I mean, if that were the case, Linux would literally be useless. There would be no... What use could you have for a computer system that can only take one input?
Take it. Take that one input, you filthy computer.
Can you imagine a word processor that can only take W's? I'm going to write a nice long letter to my wife. www. She'll figure it out. www.
This is the longest web address in history.
It's fucking stupid. All right. Anyway.
I think we're going to hear about this soon. I know we only really have about 2 weeks until elections start having to be certified. I think we're going to see some crazy shit happen. I think everyone needs to get prepared. There's no way they're just going to let this go if everything I'm seeing is accurate.
I don't know what you're seeing, but if it is based on what we're seeing, I promise you it's not even close to accurate.
No, it's crazy conspiracy shit that these people have latched onto because they are so much worse than the anonymous crowd or the QAnon. They're blue anon, so they're dumb and they have dumb conspiracies.
Yeah, it's the Linux. I get them saying, "Hey, Starlink did something," because I mean. Not that I agree with it, Jack, but at least if you don't know what you're talking about, you're like, they could have piggybacked some packets that overrode the stuff that's supposed something, right?
Yeah.
No, she's like, Linux can't count more than one thing at a time. Like, that is fucking retarded.
Trust me, bro. I'm a computer person. I fixed my Windows 95 computer once. Does that count?
How does one twist the algorithm to see what he saw? I don't know, but that does lead us to our other conspiracy that's blowing up right now because there was a computation done, Jack. Probably not on Linux because they had to have more than one thing.
Oh, shit. They had to get complicated with this bitch.
A computational analysis of potential algorithmic bias on Platform X during the 2024 U.S. election. Yep, it's as dumb as it sounds, but it's even dumber because it is not a analysis of potential algorithmic bias. It is a study of Elon's account versus everyone else's.
Oh.
Yeah. So here's the thread. X's algorithm was changed in mid-July to systematically boost Republican-leaning accounts and Elon Musk's own account, following his endorsement of Donald Trump, according to a newly released computational study of engagement from the Queensland University of Technology.
That's a real thing?
Apparently.
Oh.
The study by Professor Timothy Graham of the QUT and Professor Mark, I'm not even trying that, of Monash University, analyzed 56,184 posts sent by a number of accounts between January 1st and October 25th, and examined view counts, retweet counts, and favorite counts for each. The analysis found a structural break for Musk's metric around July 13th, following which his view count increased by 138% and retweets increased 237%, with a similarly large increase for favorites. This was far in excess of other accounts monitored. And then he gives us charts, which are my favorite, Jack. This is one of those times where we had some serendipity going on, because I was just watching the Hunter Avalone thing and study. Should actually probably read them and understand how they work before you try to use them.
No, that's never allowed. You're never allowed to actually read the entire study. I have learned this from many, many people on the internets. People respected, like Vouch.
Thank you, Doc Resurrect, for that feminist $12. Speaking of election shenanigans, did you see that the counties in Pennsylvania are having to segregate improper ballots by court order for an upcoming investigation? I didn't see that, but I'm not shocked by it, considering they came out and said they were going to violate the court's 2 different rulings on that shit. And there's a good chance some people are going to go to jail if they keep up the shit that they're doing.
Government officials are never scared to go into jail, dude.
Are they blaming their ratings tanking on algorithmic bias too? Not exactly. Literally, this is an examination of Elon's account. And you'll notice Elon is the yellow line on your screen. The green line is everybody else. The green line is everyone else. And you'll notice that all along he has way more views than anyone else. This is the view count per day. And right after he makes his announcement supporting Trump, there's a big jump. It's still in line with where he was back in between May and April. Or sorry, not May and April. March and April. But then he gets a big boost. And there is nothing to explain. The most popular guy on the platform, who owns the platform, comes out and says, yeah, this is my guy. I am supporting Donald Trump. And then his views accelerate and get retweeted. And they're like, there is no way this could happen without an algorithmic change. Or a whole bunch of Trump people were like, even Elon likes us, and started paying more attention to him. They started retweeting the things because the most popular guy on there was doing it, and we're like, I want to be one of the cool kids too, or this guy supports what I support. There are a ton of reasons to explain this without they changed the algorithm, if they'd changed the algorithm, unless the change in the algorithm was specifically to Elon, all of this green line would have changed. But no, there's no evidence of that. Here's the retweets. Oh my God. And look how it spiked. The day that he comes out and supports Donald Trump, he had a spike in his retweets, Jack.
What? What? A spike in retweets when he supported one of the 2 biggest candidates running for office? That's crazy, monkey. That makes no sense. That's impossible.
And then finally, the likes is my favorite of all of these. Because favorite counts per day, they mean likes. But how in the world did he get so many likes right before the election? What could have happened? There was the garbage thing and the McDonald's thing. Nothing explains this.
No, it is impossible. Real quick though, thank you, Frosted Glass. I love that Linux only reads one type of information theory because it reminds me of a real Kickstarter video I've seen. The guy believed computers are held back by using binary, so he wanted to create quaternary computers so it could work in 4 dimensions. Was his name Terry Davis, and was his idea Temple OS? Because I have a feeling that I've heard this crazy talk before. Thank you, Frosted.
How would that even... Frosted, do you still have that? Because I'd like to hear that. The reason it uses binary is because I know that there's going to be people who tell me I'm wrong. But trust me, the reason is because everything with the computer is a yes or no. That's what the 001 is. It's a yes or a no, true or false. And
oh my God, what about their truth monkey? That's at least one more option.
How would you have something that works beyond true and false when you're working with data? I don't understand.
There's a maybe?
Foreign says on off, but close enough. On off is true or false. When you turn on your light switch, you are making the circuit true.
Well,
it's connected. It's going now.
Binary seems to be a pretty much constant in the universe. So male, female, light, dark, that sort of thing.
I don't understand how you would have a quaternary code.
Apparently, neither did this guy. I'm kind of wondering how many people gave him money.
Wait, they got on, off, and kind of on and kind of off? I don't understand.
One trans, because it's in the middle.
Huh. All right. I mean, I'm interested to learn because I've never heard that even being a thing you could... I'm interested in how they think it would work.
Oh, you got me, dude. I don't know enough about computers to speculate, but I know binary is kind of the settled methodology.
Yeah, and it's because it's how you would have to do it. But anyway, yeah. I DM'd you guys. Okay, cool. Thanks, Frosted. I want to watch that and see.
Much appreciated.
Yes, no, maybe, sort of. Yeah, there's no other answers to those questions. Either it's yes or no.
So, right. Monkey, I was looking for that video you mentioned, and I may have fallen into witch talk. And they are assuring me, witchcraft TikTok. May have.
Which video were you looking for that led you to witch talk?
Oh, that 3-minute one about the lady talking about Linux.
Oh, okay.
And I got distracted because you were talking about numbers, and I was zoning out because I don't know math. And then Frosted threw us a curveball there. But so I found a bunch of witch talk videos assuring us that the spirit guides have chosen Kamala and she will be our president. So all's right with the world, dude.
You have to remember these are the same witches that tried to kill Trump and couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like witchcraft is bullshit.
Oh. What? But it's like my horoscope is always 100% accurate and specific.
Oh, I did not mean to take that off the screen because we got to finish reading what these retards wrote.
Oh, before you do that, thank you, Evolved Potato. Maybe it had something to do with the righties not being suppressed anymore, or the fact that blue checks do get boosted and the lefties boycotted them while the right went all into it. And with right-wingers supporting Elon, even more people saw his stuff. Look, that's a hate fact, Evolved. Just because I retweet something doesn't mean anyone sees it, partly because I think I'm shadow banned. But you would look at it and be like, I'm going to retweet that. That's crazy talk.
One, Elon was one of the most popular people before he ever bought Twitter on the platform because he is an excellent shit poster.
He's an excellent shit poster, and the guy's a literal genius.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to get us to Mars if they don't fuck it up.
And so there are things that explain this beyond cheating. This isn't the 2020 election where we can see, like, we're being suppressed. And then, it came out that the government was pushing these people to suppress us. It was quantifiable, and they were like, that is not happening. That's a conspiracy theory. And now they're like, no. Elon Musk getting even more popular, the popular guy getting more popular, that never fucking happens, ever. Especially not around a major event. It's asinine. This is like saying PewDiePie got more views than anyone else when he kept getting new subscribers.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what that's all about.
Fuck. Oh, speaking of which, the this is an aside. They're having kind of a Twitch adpocalypse right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, remember we were talking about Hassan and how he pissed off a Democratic lawmaker?
Yeah.
By being a Jew hater?
But being Hassan, yeah.
Apparently, without the major news boycott that we had, that they did that to us here on YouTube, advertisers are fleeing the platform over Hassan. And a lot of these creators are reporting that their profits are down 80%.
Ooh, ow.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they should have treated Hassan the same way they would treat any other anti-Semitic terrorist lover.
Yep. If he was wearing a swastika instead of his Palestinian flag, they'd have kicked his ass off a long time ago.
Yep, but he's a minority, and he brings in a shit ton of views, so they're going to keep doing whatever.
I don't know about with these numbers coming out, they might actually clamp down.
Well, let's hope so.
This will destroy them. They do not have the backing of Google. They don't have that endless supply of money where they can just eat the loss.
Well, they shouldn't have played favorites to begin with. They should have treated him just like everybody else.
Yep.
It was in their long-term interest, which we said, but nobody listens to us.
Well, I mean, the other people that they kicked off, I mean, as much as I think Sneako's a douchebag, he got views. He got plenty of views.
Yeah.
But Hassan is not kept because of the views. It's not. The guy who owns Twitch has complimented that fucking piece of shit.
Well, so they lean in that direction anyway.
Yep.
So it'll be their own fault when they sink it.
It's their own undoing, yeah. Right now,
So
they're
dumb.
seeing a 80% loss in ad revenue to creators. That's not gonna. They just had a whole bunch of creators come back and write off YouTube.
Wow. A lot of people are going to flee that. I guess Kick is going to go get a couple people.
Shit.
So
Sorry, my internet cut out there. I'm just gonna switch to the other one real fast.
Okay. Megatron's distracted. Look busy. Schadenfreude, yeah, pretty much. Esmond Gold's fault, right?
There we go. Sorry about that. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, Twitch is screwed. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And good job, Hassan. Way to fuck everybody over. Oh, I was saying that a lot of people were just leaving Twitch or leaving YouTube to go to Twitch because YouTube's streaming for games sucks.
Yeah.
It works just fine, but they do not promote it at all. The promotion for it, trying to find the stream, all of that shit is a pain in the ass. Twitch is 100% better for that. But all these guys just left YouTube and now they are going over to Twitch and losing 80% of their revenue.
Oof.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, that's a bad day.
Good job. Good job, Hassan. You fucking.
He doesn't care.
Hassan deserved the adpocalypse.
Oh,
is that okay?
He absolutely did.
Oh, fuck that guy. All right, back to our conspiracy theory here. The authors conclude that the results, quote, indicate that Musk's post received a marked increase in visibility, amplification, and user interaction that outpaced the general engagement trends observed across the platform. Once again, you're talking about the biggest person. This is a bad way to do the study. You would need to go in there and grab, like, I don't know. I don't know that you could even do this because of how the election went. But you'd have to grab like a big chunk of, say, right-leaning places, Pasobik. Fuck, I'm trying to think of different ones. Even the ones,
yeah.
And you'd have to purposefully discount any of them that Elon amplified. And then look at ones like the Krasensteins, who saw a major increase in engagement because so many of us were making fun of him.
Now, Monkey, you know how this works. We don't look at stuff that negates our belief. It's blue and none.
True. The unique post change uplift for Musk's account suggests the possibility. I just want to say that again. It suggests the possibility of algorithmic prioritization or bias, positioning Musk's content favorably in terms of platform visibility and user engagement. He is the most popular person on the platform even before he bought it. Frosted, thank you. That's not the only Kickstarter the guy made, by the way. He also thought up an equation that answers everything in the universe while not lying, playing League of Legends. Fuck. His
Dude, awesome.
His third was trying to fund a Black James Bond movie. He's an odd man. Well, I mean, they kind of did that, right? I mean, 007 was a black lady for a little while. She wasn't James Bond, but she was 007.
I got a couple here. Thank you, Evolved Potato. Twitch has also been treating VTubers like absolute shit, banning them for no reason. They get a lot of views and a lot of donations, and they've been slowly leaving. Yeah, they'll go to a platform that treats them with a modicum of respect. Probably Kick. And thank you, Dragon Mage. I believe that lady works in tech in the same way all those in a day in a life of a tech, and I believe Twitch still has a major copyright confrontation coming. Yeah, I don't think that lady works in tech. She might work at like Best Buy or something.
It's weird. I mean, Hassan is one of them that really helped make this known over on Twitch. You can get away with blatant copyright theft over there. And I'm not talking about stealing other creators' works. I mean, he sat there and watched Hell's Kitchen, full fucking episodes, barely speaking if he was even at his desk, and got away with it.
Yeah, lots of people watch movies and shit over there.
Yep. All right. The analysis also found a large increase in view counts, retweets, and favorite counts for Republican-leaning accounts, but not for Democrat-leaning ones. Again, we need to look at which accounts we're talking about.
Yeah, are they talking about people that left, or the people that just weren't talking, or what? How popular are they talking about? Rachel Maddow, who barely gets any viewers anyway?
Again, the breakpoint for this appears to be July 13th, suggesting the platform-wide algorithmic change. All right, so here we are with Democrats, who, by the way, you'll notice they did get an uptick. It's pretty flat. They're the blue line at the bottom here. That is not the bottom of the graph. That is their line. And then this. And notice this corresponds almost identical. If you look at this chart, that line that they're using for Republicans is the exact same line they used for just Elon. What do you think the chances are that lines up as beautifully as this in a real report? In a real study? It's an identical fucking line.
No.
But view count
totally
per day.
Legit.
Retweets per day. Look at it. I mean, they got a boost. Here, you know why Democrats didn't get as big a boost? Blue Sky, Monte Kitty Toucher that they all went to. The Democrats are all leaving the platform proudly, bragging about it. We're leaving. We're not playing here anymore. And they're like, can you believe that there wasn't a major boost in Democrats pushing this shit? Yeah. I can believe that is perfectly natural. I do not believe that those lines just happen to correspond identically between the two. Anyway, the authors conclude Republican accounts benefited from increased visibility or recommendation bias post change. No, there's no. The only bias there is user bias. We have nothing, Jack, where they're like, I was deplatformed for saying X. I got in trouble for I wasn't even making fun of Kamala. Well, I kind of was because she's an idiot.
Yeah, well.
But I got in trouble for saying she should fake COVID. Clearly there's a Republican bias over here on Twitter. Sure. Why not? One of the Krasensteins doxed somebody the other day and is still on the platform. All he had to do was take down the post, Jack. Ed Krasenstein doxed somebody the other day.
I'm not surprised.
Elon Musk put up a while ago that any doxing, including the name of a person, would be grounds for getting kicked off the platform. Not only did Ed use the guy's name, he used the city that he lives in. And all he had to do was take down his post. I got in more trouble for saying Kamala should fake COVID. Just saying. Anyway, so yeah, that's their new one, Jack, is that it's just the X platform. The X platform is biased in favor of Trump. And the reason I saw this, Jack, is Harry Sisson.
Oh, God.
We now have studies. It's one study, homie, and it's not even a good one.
Studies? That's not a study. That's some asshole on the internet goofing off.
We now have studies suggesting that the X algorithm was altered to benefit Republicans and hurt Democrats. So much for the neutral town square argument. How could anyone who works on this platform expect Democrats to want to engage if it's designed to help Trump? Insanity. Get fucked. Just get fucked. You guys wouldn't know the kind of censorship that we did because you don't have to experience it even on the current X that you think is benefiting Trump. Republicans were actually silenced. Members of Congress, Republican members of Congress were silenced. And they weren't pushing conspiracy theories. They weren't saying anything bad.
They were saying Republican stuff.
While we were told that you got to only say what the scientists say over COVID, you could get kicked off of Twitter for saying biology is a reality.
Well, you might hurt someone's feelings, monkey.
Oh, man.
What's more important than feelings?
How about truth?
How about Dark Resurrect coming in for that feminist donation? Twitch targeting VTubers is no joke. They will get banned for showing hip, but some failed cam whore could be on stream wearing a bikini, sitting on a clear chair with a camera pointed right up at her ass. See edge of holes and everything. Not banned. Oh, why would they want to do that? See, the chicks showing hips, they're just not showing enough. So we don't need their filthy hussy sort around here.
I mean, look what's happened here on YouTube with the body painting bullshit. I mean,
yeah,
these platforms. Now, look, some of the VTubers, I'm not gonna lie, they're baiting. The one lady, Jack, was upset because her and her little friend, their avatars, they got in trouble for them. The avatar is a person who looks like they're in their 20s, right?
Mm-hmm.
But their titties clearly are from an overweight 90-year-old. I mean, they sag right down to their waist and they're huge and there's cleavage that goes all the way to about like what? We are not in any way trying to get people based on sexual. Fuck right off with that.
That's so gross.
Shit. The body paint video you sent us was weird. I didn't send nobody any body paint videos. I might have pointed out that they exist, but I didn't send any of them.
I dropped them in chat because I'm a monster.
That's not me. It's the hitchhiker over there. That's why I got picking up hitchhikers.
Well, you know, sometimes it's a victim, sometimes it's a killer.
Oh, just reminds me of Jesus loves marijuana. Anyway, I love that now there's conspiracy theories that the left just got cheated.
Yeah. Oh,
meanwhile,
conspiracy theories are fine now.
Meanwhile, in Pennsylvania right now, they are cheating.
They are admitting to cheating.
Yep, it's not a conspiracy theory. We watched the video of the lady saying that she was going to break the law because she wants the court to look at the thing the court has already looked at twice this election cycle. They're counting things with incorrect or missing dates, which by state law they can't count, and the court has said twice no. And they're like, no, but seriously, we're going to count them anyway. And the media is not out there talking about the cheating. Of course they're not. Because then they'd have to admit maybe the Democrats don't play fair. Just saying. I don't really care if the rules say you can be sexual or not, just that their rules are evenly applied. Yeah. But no, see, I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. If that's what the rules say, then they should apply the rules evenly to everyone, whether they're male, female. It's the one thing I think Twitch did right the one time where a lot of people got mad. The dude took off his shirt and his nipples are showing on stream, and they banned him for it. Like, you can't show nipples on stream. Like, that is applying it fairly. And then they were like, no, dry humping. Well, I guess it was wet humping because she was in a hot tub. Dry humping a pickle in your bathing suit in your bedroom is totally cool. Like, no.
Like you do.
And this is why they do need hard and fast rules. Things that we like, this is what the rules said. Like, no, we have guidelines. That way we can get rid of the people we don't like and keep the ones that we do. That's why Hassan gets away with, you aren't disagreeing with me though. The way that was worded though, I mean, the way that you worded it, they could say no sexual material, but as long as they didn't apply that to anybody, then it would be fine. No, they need to apply it to everybody. That's the difference that I'm saying. If you're going to have the rule, you need to have the rule. Otherwise, why have it? Twitch for years allowed whores to ruin the platform, including their CEO. I honestly, if they were like, hey, you know what, be hoary on here, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I really wouldn't. I don't know that I would stream over there, Jack, because then it's just, OnlyFans light.
Yeah.
It's the Cinemax of the internet.
Yeah.
It's late night Cinemax of the internet is what it turns out to be. But yeah, just we need actual rules so that they can't pull this shit. Douglas, thank you for that feminist $12. The Twitch CEO also subs to the Thoughts OnlyFans accounts. He's admitted this. I'm not shocked. I've seen the guy.
Yeah, look, the phrase rules has become a lot like literally, where literally can mean literal or figurative. Rules can mean rules or it can mean guidelines.
Well, when it comes to social media, all of them these days have guidelines.
Yeah.
These are our guidelines. And we had, God rest her soul, Susan Wojcicki, who came out and like, we can't give you guys actual rules because then you won't break them.
Yeah. Then we can't get rid of you for being a fascist.
You'll find ways to stay within the rules. Like, isn't that what you want? I mean, that's what rules are for.
No, that's sneaky. How dare you?
Can you imagine you're 16, right? And mom comes to you and goes, you now have a curfew. You're like, when, Mom? Can't tell you. I can't tell you when your curfew is because you might be home in time. Would anybody think that was fair?
No, they think that's psychotic because you're just looking for a reason to punish somebody then.
We're getting rid of all these speed limits, the signs. We can't tell you what the speed limit is through here anymore because you might not break the speed limit. It's asinine. It's just asinine. And it is. It's 100% their way so that they can keep it open to kick people off like that, or to demonetize, not even always to kick them off, like they did with Crowder with Carlos Maza. It's so they can keep that open so that we don't like him. He looks like he might kind of break a guideline. It's dirty. It's fucking dirty.
Well, they're a bunch of communists, so.
There's one rule at least, don't make us look bad. That's not even true, Jordan. And especially over on Twitch, because they would have kicked Hassan off by now. They had a sitting member of Congress. We're not even talking what happened with the adpocalypse here on YouTube. That was just a Wall Street Journal article That's what kicked that all off. This is a sitting member of Congress going to the paper and going, this anti-Jew motherfucker is being given a free pass. Do something.
And they did. They're like, we're going to ignore you.
Did you see that blow up all over the mainstream media the way the PewDiePie thing did?
Nope.
The effect has been the same. Can you imagine if it had blown up all through the mainstream media?
Yeah, but there's so many reporters don't like Jews either. So
you think there would be any advertisers left if they got the same PewDiePie treatment?
Oh no. If this became a major news story, that Twitch would go under.
Yeah.
It'd turn into like D-Live.
Twitch cannot last for very long if their total ad revenue is down 80%. They just can't. They do not have the backing. Amazon is has them, but Amazon doesn't have the money for that either. They cannot just take that hit for the goodwill and the, I don't want to say free advertising, but the clout that comes with like YouTube. Twitch just doesn't have that same clout. I know old people these days who are like, I need to go look on YouTube on how to do this. I've never seen like a 90-year-old dude be like, I need to pull up Twitch to see what the titty streamers are doing. For whatever you think of Susan Wojcicki, her advice to the guys who own Google to buy YouTube was brilliant. She just didn't know how to run it properly.
Yeah, she wanted it to be cable TV.
Yeah.
So
anyway, I mean, even to the point where they basically did have cable TV set up over here. Do they still have that?
I think they have some variation of it now, but
Yeah.
like the sports that packages they got.
I'm on Twitch a lot, and I never seen any titties. I don't know how. I watch gaming over there almost exclusively. And I say almost exclusively because the only time I've watched other stuff is when it's on my feed when I first load in there, and I tell Jack, like, dude, look at the shit that is being fed to me right now. I do not watch any of that garbage except for when me and Jack were making fun of it. So
yeah. The one Asian chick was kind of cute.
You talking about Cutie Bot?
Yeah. Yeah. Pay me to pretend to date me for 3 minutes, and then if other people give me $20, I'll kick you off. That's genius.
Muggy just jealous of boobas? I'm not. I've been one of the people all along who's told guys, look, it sucks. We're at a disadvantage because we don't have titties. Yeah, I wish I had some, but we don't. So you need to be a better content creator if you want attention. Welcome to the world. Guys like watching boobies. I do wish I had some, but jealous isn't really the right word. It's just like, y'all lucky. But I feel the same way when, I see somebody dunk a basketball. Like, I wish I could do that. Somebody young these days, like, man, I wish I was still young. I wish I knew what it was like to walk up the stairs without going, oh, God. The whole way.
Or just to walk up the stairs.
Man, fuck. What else I don't even know if I have much today. But I know there was stuff yesterday, guys. We didn't do a show yesterday. I had my granddaughter over, so I went to bed, Jack, and I figured I went to bed around midnight, and I figured I'd be up at like 3 or 4 because that's the norm. I woke up at 7:30. I woke up and saw light in my bedroom. I was like, I don't even know what the fuck is it. Is that nuclear fallout? What the fuck?
Well, if you slept long enough, Ukraine is about to kick off some shit. So
yeah. Oh, I want to talk about this one. Oh man, that's kind of low. Do I have the volume up a little bit? Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to apologize before you can even ask, Jack. It's this is as loud as it gets. I forget this chick's name over there on NBC. Why is that? That was pulsating just a second ago. It was a little creepy.
I just saw a spinning circle. So
That was before it loaded. When I had it on the present, where you're picking what to present,
Yeah.
it was pulsating at me.
I like how if you shifted our avatars a little to the right, we would be her nipples.
We would be. We're her boobies. I forget her name, but she annoys the shit out of me.
Saggy boobs.
But they're discussing the criticism coming in of all of the Trump folks, and their favorite criticism right now is these people are not qualified.
I'm sorry, who is the guy in charge of nuclear waste that was stealing other people's luggage so he could wear their dresses?
Yeah,
totally
I can't
qualified.
Don't remember that bald freak's name, but yeah. Rachel, what's her name? Rachel Levine.
Oh, yeah.
Put her as the undersecretary of HHS, Health and Human Services. This is a woman who killed a whole bunch of people in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
By putting old people in. Remember, that did not just happen in New York. New York's just the only one anyone talks about. It happened in Michigan and Pennsylvania, too. Anyway.
She also moved her own mother out before doing it.
True.
Kay's views on vaccines a deal breaker for you, Senator?
No, I absolutely appreciate Bobby Kennedy taking a hard look at the vaccines. There are some questions that had to be made.
And again, I'm not against vaccines, Jack, but vaccines have changed a lot over the years.
Yeah.
And it is weird how some things have popped up since they've done that. And maybe we go back to the way we used to do it when they were just as effective and we didn't have these side effects.
What? Look, if you don't make people sick, you can't sell them a cure or a treatment, I should say, because there's no cures. So just treat people.
And especially with all of the unvetted people pouring across our southern border, vaccines probably a good idea. But safe vaccines.
That's crazy talk. We need to make more sick people so we can keep them sick for longer periods of time and make lots of money off them.
Cirque says it also happened in New Jersey. I wasn't aware of the Jersey one, but I'm not shocked. But wasn't there like 5 states that did it?
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot more.
And I appreciate some of the scrutiny that's going through there. I think Bobby can answer all those. I've had multiple conversations with him. I've sat down and had a long conversation with him, and I actually find the guy extremely intelligent when it comes to this stuff. And some of
I would also like to point out I'm still not a Bobby Kennedy fan. Frankly, his thoughts on global warming make me immediately question his thoughts on vaccine. So
yeah, global warming's a bunch of. Anyway, go ahead.
I want to see all of the evidence either way. And I don't think it's wrong to ask for that.
No.
this stuff does raise a lot of questions. But I do got a question for you. The Democrats are spending so much time talking about the scrutiny of President Trump's picks, and yet did we spend this amount of time scrutinizing Biden's pick? I mean, we can talk about Rachel, the Assistant Secretary of HHS. I think that's a pretty controversial pick from whatever pronoun he or she decides to use.
Yeah, putting in charge of HHS somebody with clear mental problems. None to even question there, Jack.
Why would you want to question that, you bigot?
The important part of what we're going to watch going forward is her reaction.
Oh, she's going to tell him what a monster he is.
No, she's actually not going to talk at all. She's going to try to talk.
We talk about Sam, the Assistant Secretary or Executive underneath Energy of Secretary of Energy. And the individual was arrested multiple times for stealing luggage off of conveyor belts inside airports. And I didn't see the same type of scrutiny that the Democrats used on these individuals' picks. There's been a lot of picks. I mean, we can talk about Pete Buttigieg. Is he really qualified to be Department of Transportation? But I don't see the same people given the scrutiny here.
She was going to go on to say we scrutinized, but she was also trying to be like, let's stick to the subject that I brought up. Let's not talk about how we gave them a complete pass on all of that. I went and looked, Jack, because you can go into Google and search by date. And if you go into Google and search by date and look up Pete Buttigieg named transportation secretary, do you know how many negative articles you find questioning his qualifications for it?
Like 2?
None.
Oh, shocker.
Not as far back as I went. Not in legacy media. No. The closest they come is saying that Biden questioned, because apparently Pete ran on how great he made the roads there in South Bend, which I don't remember. I didn't pay that close attention to Pete. But even Biden made fun of him for that, because one of his major accomplishments, and I'm not making this up, is putting lights under bridges in South Bend to light up the river.
Well, I mean, for a small town, that probably is a major accomplishment, but fuck's sake, that doesn't get you a transportation job.
Exactly. Some of those roads suck. Buttigieg had, and look, it's transportation secretary. If we're being honest, all you got to do at that point is, run the machine.
Yeah.
And he couldn't even do that. And they didn't scrutinize him even when it was shown over and over again, him being derelict in duty.
Yeah, when he disappeared for a couple months for paternity leave.
Yeah, he had to go breastfeed his baby. Remember the ports all jammed up for a year? Oh, yeah.
All too well.
And not once did the mainstream media, the legacy media folk, come out and go like, maybe this guy wasn't qualified.
You think?
But I love her. Like, no, wait. Get it back on the concept I want to talk about. How dare you point out how fucked up we are? I just want to bring this one up. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but apparently Bill Gates wants to get rid of cows.
Yeah, well, he wants to stick giant metal rods up the butts or something.
He wants to get rid of them.
Yeah, so there's basically two ways to help with cows. Cows are about 5% of global emissions, which is pretty unbelievable.
Wild.
And if your goal is to get to zero, you don't get to skip the cows or the.
What about volcanoes?
Well, this is something that needs to be brought up anytime these people say we need to get to zero emissions. Jack, do you know what we exhale?
Carbon dioxide.
How can we get to global emissions and exist?
We can't, but we also have to eliminate all fire, all volcanoes, because they emit way more than human breathing. And you really are coming down to the fact that Bill Gates hates trees.
Yeah, don't forget that's how all vegetation lives, is CO2. It's what they breathe in.
Yeah.
But even I don't need to even go to fire. And what are we saving the planet for if we all have to die to make it happen?
Oh, not everyone's gonna die. Just
no.
Peasants.
They want their wording, not mine. Zero emissions. Zero.
I don't think whatever reptilian breed that Bill Gates is exhales carbon dioxide.
Evolved, thank you so much. Were the lights under the bridges there to light up the river, or were they there so they could see the dick he was sucking underneath them? I don't know. I wasn't in South Bend at the time. I could not answer that question. No, their whole line of zero emissions literally means kill humanity, as well as every other mammalian life and reptilian life and anybody that breathes.
Well, you're talking about carbon-based life forms. He's silicone-based, like a computer or a robot. It'll be him and Zuckerberg banging each other while humanity dies.
We need to save the planet. For who? Because in order to do what you're saying, we all have to die. This is why I make the joke that everybody who believes in global warming should stop all of their CO2 production, because it would literally mean they'd have to die. You are the carbon they want to remove. Yeah. Like, no, zero. If we're going to get zero emissions, anything that breathes in oxygen and breathes out CO2 has to go away for that to happen. No, we're talking about from factories and stuff. Then say that, because that's not what you're saying. Your proposal's acceptable, Rand. I want them all to prove it. I want them all to prove that they believe that CO2 is an issue and stop it. Stop all your CO2 production.
They're all followers, not leaders.
Let me see you believe in that. Well, it's not just that they're followers and not leaders. It's that they never think about that shit. They're not smart enough to think about that shit.
Well, you're not talking about bright people. You're talking about communists.
Well, the people that they do follow, pointing to that, Jack, these are supposedly smart people who are like, wait, we got more trees with CO2 going up? How the fuck? Are you telling me the planet's greener now than it's ever been? And how the fuck did that happen? Those are supposedly smart people. These are professors.
Yeah, well, they all failed first grade science. So.
Cirque, thank you. What if I told you the U.S. is already zero net carbon country and I can prove it? I would be interested to see. But remember, we can never do enough.
No, the revolution can never end, comrade. They must ban more things from you.
This has nothing to do with the environment. It's just a fucking lie.
It's all about power and control.
100%. It is all about communism. Do not forget, they gave us the environmental movement. It's all about redistributing wealth and taking the U.S. down, Jack. That's what a lot of it is. It's just taking the U.S. down.
Yeah. You're too successful. They feel bad because other people don't have what they have for whatever stupid fucking reason. So we have to punish success and redistribute all the stuff to poor people in other places.
Evolved 100%. A lot of them know what they're saying is wrong. They just lie. And we know this from the email hack that happened where we got hide the decline.
Yep.
Don't let people see that the global temperatures have come down, because then they'll think we're full of shit. So just hide that. And the press let them get away with it.
Of course it did.
The press let them get away with saying for 20 fucking years they misread the information.
Well, and if you point any of that out, they will still argue in favor of global warming because it's a cult.
All right, Jack. Why is there an ugly lady in some weird glasses on my... Look, I don't know if she's on my team or not. I'm just saying that this is not an attractive look.
Well, I think you know. I told you, I fell down a rabbit hole.
Kamala Mamala is speaking to us in our secret language of Easter egg, alala. We have a secret language. I feel like I should have named this the Old Weird White Lady Show.
That probably would have been more appropriate, yeah.
All right.
We have a secret language now, okay? And she's leaving us Easter eggs in our secret language.
Is this from before or after the election?
I don't remember.
Okay. I before we get to the end, because I haven't seen Kamala anywhere. Her account has started tweeting again, which is funny. But they put that bitch back in the closet, so I'm wondering if maybe I've missed some stuff. All right, they got a secret language. Sorry.
So you know how she raised historic numbers. You know, I mean, it was over $1 billion, and the money that was left over.
There was no money left over. She was 20 million in debt.
No, health of celebrities were actually working for free.
Okay, money left over. I'm trying to be with you, lady, but you're saying some really stupid shit. Her name is Melinda QVC Shoe Girl. Bitch, are you still shopping on QVC?
Probably.
All right. How's your Franklin Mint collection?
Well, she's just buying shoes, buddy. Stuff that's actually worth money.
Has been deposited into the Harris Victory Fund. That's an Easter egg. Go check.
The $20 million in debt has been deposited in the Harris Victory Fund.
Oh no, see, you misunderstood. There's actually a surplus that was transferred over. It just looks like a debt because of stop looking into things.
Check out Gavin Newsom. Gave an incredible talk today. It was a wonderful interview, and it's very insightful, and it tells you a lot. And you're going to learn a lot there.
It's Gavin Newsom. I don't believe you about any of the three things you just said.
Yeah.
You should probably also go look at the governor symposium that he kind of pulled together, because every single one of them has given a press conference, and it's real clear that Barbie land is happening.
What the fuck does that mean?
Barbie Land is like a feminist utopia idea where all the men are dumb eunuchs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the Barbie movie.
And I would just like to say that the reason why you never underestimate Gen X is because we beat him.
Lady, you ain't Gen X. You old as shit. She got to at least be a boomer.
Yeah, she's on the upper end of Gen X, and she drinks a lot if she's a Gen Xer. That's my suspicion. Don't sue me.
She Gen X lax.
Yeah, that's true. She's more generation depends. She looks like she's about 60.
Look, our generation did get high a lot, Jack, so that could explain how dumb she is, but that lady old as fuck. All right, fine. I'm a Gen X. All right.
Because he doesn't think we're smart, because we're pretty.
Lady, you ain't pretty.
Never mind. How is it pretty women always think they're ugly and ugly women always think they're pretty?
I don't know.
We're pretty. You can look at a woman and be like, oh, she was probably a lot cuter when she was younger. You probably look like Harry Carey when you were younger because you look like him now. All right. Oh, sorry. I thought she was just going to mug for the camera there, so I paused it.
Because we're pretty. And all of us are pretty on our side.
Half the ones on your side have a penis. They look like Rachel Levine.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but just judging by my own personal experience, conservative women tend to be more attractive.
Yeah.
They take better care of themselves, and they're not bitter, angry people. Now, if you don't mind, could we skip down to the last one to make sure we get that story in?
But to your point there, a lot of that has to do with what has become of liberal women. Look, there's such a wide swath of different genes in both sides, but it's the left who's like, I'm going to look ugly because I don't want no man looking at me.
Yeah.
And the conservative women are like, no, I'm not a bull dyke. I actually like dudes. So I'm going to try to look pretty so dudes will look at me.
Yeah, because they call them pick-me's, but they're not. They're just, I like
women.
To be attractive to people. Yeah, they're like normal people. Oh, thank you, Shio. Usually you hear a boom after, ah, la, 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 la. Did I mention I have a flight to catch in a few hours? Well, be safe, Shio. And if anybody yells that, you duck and cover. Yeah, that second link that I sent you is a really long video, but the third one's not.
Cool beans. They told you did say the last one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. They told insurers a bear damaged their car, but it was actually a person in a bear costume. That's not even a convincing bear costume.
No, it's like got a shirt. I mean, grr, I'm a spooky bear. Grr.
Four residents
on the radio today, and I was like, no fucking way.
Just look at that costume. Did any of you guys watch Bear in the Big Blue House? My kids loved it when they were young.
Oh, I've seen that show.
It looks like that bear, but with a slightly shorter neck.
Yeah, my mom used to have a pair of slippers that were bare feet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Looked just like those.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. 4 residents from the Los Angeles area were arrested this week after an investigation by the California Department of Insurance revealed that they allegedly used a life-size bear costume. That does not look like a life-size bear. To stage attacks on their vehicle.
Sorry.
Katie says Monk is right. That's as much as I needed to read of that comment. Sorry, she said she used to watch that show. It really does. It looks like the bear. I mean, the face is a little different, but they used a life-size bear costume to stage attacks on their vehicles in an attempt to seize a 6-figure payout. Suspects Ruben Tamrazian, fuck me. Bunch of names that Monkey can't say, have been charged with insurance fraud and conspiracy, according to an announcement made by the department on Wednesday. Their alleged scam cost 3 insurance companies a total of $141,839. That's 4 people, Jack.
Yeah.
If my math is correct on this, we're talking, what is that? $30,000+ each.
Yeah, roughly.
Okay. Were they paying out for a bear attack without doing actual? They didn't send an auditor out there or anything?
Well, they had these like metal claw things that you could see in the picture there that would simulate bear claws, but see them right there at the bottom of the screen. So it would look like a bear claw attack. I don't think they did any serious investigation into this until somebody's like, hey, we should contact wildlife about all these bear attacks.
I mean, even scratching it, you could get most of that out with some body work that wouldn't be $30,000 worth.
Yeah, I mean, figuring a couple cars, they had to do some punctures.
I once hit a deer and they had to completely redo the front end of the car. Luckily, there was no structural damage to the like frame or anything, and no engine work, just body work. Had to redo the painting. They redid the front bumper and both quarter panels on the front and the hood, and it was $5,000. And that was having to completely replace them. You could Bondo some fucking scratches. All right, I'm just saying, I kind of blame the insurance companies on this one a little bit.
No, the surveillance footage shows the bear using a sledgehammer. So I'm just kidding.
At least that would make a little sense. No, he sat right there.
Broke out the windows and stole my picnic basket.
Operation Bear Claw began earlier this year after one of the claims gave an insurance company pause, or should we say pause? No, you should not. No.
I say go for it.
In January, the suspects claimed a bear had entered their 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost. And the bear got into your car?
Yeah, bears get into cars a lot, dude.
Yeah, but there's telltale signs of how they do it.
Yeah, they know how to open doors. Bears
Anyway,
are geniuses. They wear little hats and ties and everything. Some of them are Donald Duck in it, just red shirts, but they're smart animals.
caused interior damage while it was parked in Lake Arrowhead, a region in the San Bernardino Mountains known for its large black bear population. That's not a black bear costume. I just want to point that out.
That's not even a real bear costume. That's just some mascot shit.
It looks like Phoebe in brown. Thank you. That's a bear. It looks like a knockoff of a bear. It's absolutely a knockoff of a bear. Because it really does. Have you ever seen a bear up close?
Yeah, they're terrifying and huge. This thing looks like it's a mascot of a bear with a lab coat for some local science store for kids.
They used to have a place here in Michigan when I was younger. I don't know if they still do or not. But it was an ice cream shop, and you go there, and one of the features was they had a giant bear in a fucking cage you could go look at.
Holy shit.
Like up close and personal, big ass brown bear. And their hair doesn't look anything like that. Seriously, that looks like Phoebe.
Yeah.
The suspect provided video footage. Why would you provide video footage? That's
because they're dumb. There's always one idiot in the group. You have to assume that. I'm a bear. Grr. It's just some dude walking around running into stuff because he can't see.
like, rawr. Oh, look,
Does
it's
his
Bigfoot.
shirt say wash and bear?
The suspect provided video footage of the alleged incident to their unnamed insurance company, which the department has since posted online. The video, then why wouldn't you just tell us which one it is? All right. Why the secret?
It was some furry looking for extra cash.
The video shows a furry figure entering through the side door, climbing on the back seat and climbing around the back seat and crawling out, leaving scratch marks on the leather seats and door. Oh, okay. Leather interior seats for a car like that. All right, that makes more sense with the 30,000. Because you're talking about a Ghost. We're talking about a car that's expensive for expensive sake.
Yeah.
It's a Rolls Royce, for fuck's sake. Upon further scrutiny of the video, the investigation determined the bear was actually a person in a bear costume. You ever seen a bear walk?
Yes.
It's nothing like a man.
No, they do not have the hips. Even when they're standing on two legs.
Yeah.
And they do their little bear shuffle. It's kind of awkward and weird, but it doesn't look anything like a human.
And I don't think humans have the anatomy to fake that properly, even if you got down on all fours.
No, because of the weight distribution. You're talking about something that's like 1,000 pounds. A bear's like 800, 900 pounds. And we're approaching hibernation season, so they're going to be even bigger. That thing's going to be awkward and waddle. They waddle. They're more like really fat people.
Yeah. All right. Detectives found 2 more claims involving the same suspects from the same date and location. Was it the same car? No, different cars. Okay. 2015 Mercedes G63, which I'm not familiar with at all. And a 2022 Mercedes E350. Suspects also provided video footage of these alleged incidents. Okay. Fellas, the first time that you claimed that a bear made it into your shop or wherever you were and you didn't take any precautions, and then even higher end cars, because the first one was a 2010, Jack.
Yeah.
And now we're up to a 2022. You're just saying, hey, I'm cheating.
No, that bear's crafty. He picked locks, climbed a fence. He had all the cool thief skills. I mean, he was backstabbing people for double damage. It was amazing. His lock picking was like 95, dude.
So he's got 2 Mercedes and a Rolls Royce, but not a single Hyundai.
No.
He's like, nah, man, I'm not fucking with that pleather seating. I want the real shit.
Yeah, he's he's a bear of quality, not some trailer trash bear.
Where are we? The suspect also provided video footage of the other incidents, which followed similar pattern to the first. The suspicious authorities didn't rely solely on their animal instincts. They took additional steps to sniff out the truth. Enough with the animal puns.
Nope, this article requires it.
The department had a biologist from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife review the three. You could have had a 10-year-old do that. But they also opined that it was clearly a human in a bear suit. No shit.
Now, I have a very important question for you, Monkey. Do you want to watch the video?
I really do. Do we have it?
Yeah, it's the last link.
Fuck yes, I want to see this. I want to see just how convincing this was. All right. Do we need the volume for this?
You're going to have to mute it because there's some asshole talking from the news on it.
Let's make that big and share it. There we go. Make it big and share it. That's what she said. I might have been watching The Office again. All right.
Nice.
I'm trying to get my wife into The Office because I think she would like it, but she keeps watching season 1 and going, it's really not that funny. I'm like, you don't watch this because it's funny. It's got funny moments in it. It's just a decent show.
Yeah, it's not really a gut buster. Oh, thank you, Dark Resurrect, for that feminist donation. This is a hate crime. They tried to blame this on an innocent bears of color. No justice, no bees. That's right.
Yeah. Notice it wasn't a polar bear. They didn't frame a white guy.
That's absolutely true. They didn't blame the Caucasoids. No, they blamed a bear of color. Now, look at that. Already you can see this is fucking fake. I'm a spooky bear who has to lean his head back so he can be seen. Look, I have hands.
What?
Look at my bear butt. Bears have knees just like humans. This is like if I was to reenact this is what it would look like.
Oh wait, one of the people busted was a chick, yeah, that's a chick. That's a girl butt. Well, I mean, props for trying, I suppose.
That's not trying. That's a low grade, zero budget movie.
Wait, what happened right there? Watch his paw.
Gotta hold on to something here. He's got one leg in and one leg out, and he can't maneuver to the back seat. Like a real bear would.
And the real bear claw didn't cut through leather.
I'm shocked. If you want, I'll pull up an actual bear damaging a car. It looks significantly different.
Would you find us a picture of a bear? Because we do know we've seen bears break into houses and shit. Did you see the one the other day stealing a trash can?
Yeah. There was a really good one I saw on America's Funniest Videos where 2 bear cubs were trapped in a mail truck.
Oh.
He was trying to get
that's a horrible place to be. Because Mama Bear come around, she gonna fuck somebody up.
Yeah. Oh man. Give me a second, because this article or this story is apparently a lot bigger than I thought it was. So I got to scroll past all of these.
Sever says bears do have forward-facing knees, but the movement is clearly human. I think the part that he's getting at is how the knee was being used there. What they don't have is really long feet. About the length of a shin.
There you go. That last link.
Okay.
Bears tend to get stuck in cars too.
Yeah. Because for all the talking, they can open doors. Sure. I mean, if they hit it just right. But all right, we're going to have to back this up because it started playing automatically. There we go. Look at his little snout in there.
Yeah,
So
adorable.
Bears are cute.
They are,
They're
but they're
adorable.
also
They're just...
vicious monsters that will eat you.
Yeah. Look at this shit.
Yeah. Plus, they're going to poop all over the place, too. But look at all the damage this thing did. That's real bear damage. Not like, I got the little scratches on my seat.
He scratched the fucking glass. Yeah. Those... Look, if you're going to commit insurance fraud, which I don't suggest because insurance companies... Yeah, they hire some of the best investigators out there. You at least want to make it believable.
But we got this sweet bear costume.
I cannot believe they paid out with this being the damage. I really can't.
I bet what they did was they took this to the cops, and the cops were like, just pay him out and we'll charge him with insurance fraud. Because then they have a cause of action.
Well, they do, but I mean, they had a cause of action just for them. It's illegal to try to defraud your insurance company.
Yeah, but it's a lot more serious of a punishment if you actually get paid.
But now they're out $140,000 between because they're not getting that money back from these people.
That money's long gone.
It's gone. And these companies, despite what you're told about insurance companies, they don't make a big profit. They make margins of less than 2%. That is a huge hit to an insurance company. And y'all paid out for that?
I'm wondering if they'd have somebody on the inside.
Uh-huh. That would be my first guess. Because remember, they said they found the other two after the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
So those other two had already gone through and they're like, nah, no big deal, man.
I'm a bear.
It's jackasses like them that cause my rates to go up. And yeah, I mean, his rates are good. And this is why I'm like, I can't believe they paid that out because rates are going to have to go up because of the payout. They're never recovering that money. This is why I said I blame the insurance companies a little bit in this one. They should have told those guys to go fuck themselves.
As soon as they saw the video, they should have been like, yeah, no. Something funny going on here.
They should have immediately been like, you know what? Hang on, we're processing that, and called the police. And when this is bullshit, this is insurance fraud.
Yeah,
filing a false claim is enough. You do not have to be paid on that claim.
I just thought this story was absolutely worth covering.
That story's wonderful, and I'm glad you shared it. I'm just now pissed off at that insurance company. Or the three of them. Maybe that's why they're not naming them, because people are like, wait, my insurance went up for that?
I just love the video.
That the fucking that wasn't even close to how bears move. Oh, we got some witchies, eh? Is this witchy girl? I'm assuming based on the facial jewelry and makeup.
There's one that's really long and another short one. So I didn't know if you wanted to cover both or not.
I didn't even pay attention. I just grabbed. So apparently this is a long one. Will this flip come before he's sworn in? Will Trump make it to the Oval Office? And the square-headed lady here is I'm gonna guess, tell us no. I'm just gonna go out. I know this is gonna upset some people. The bang look like this with long dark black hair. I'm gonna start naming as one of the warning signs. Because I'm not against bangs, Jack. I know people with bangs and I love them, and there's a lot of great people with bangs, but it's with the really long hair that it tends to be an issue. I think it pulls down on the back of their head.
Hey, Dangerous, I hope your insurance claim involving Sasquatch is more successful.
Get better video evidence. All right.
No, Bigfoot lives in blurry areas. You'll just have a blurry video.
Let's see. She's got one piercing up here by the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Always smart to have sharp things near your eye. And of course,
I like it too.
We got the septum ring.
Yeah, necessary.
Okay. And crappy art she probably made herself up here.
That's going to be the cover of her poetry chapbook. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, this flip will absolutely happen before any swearing in is done. This is something that is going to happen mid-November. Okay.
Hang on. I got to look at something. November 18th. Sweetie, this should have happened by now. Mid-November is the 15th. I'm just saying. And these are witches, so, time of day and all of that, that's really important to them.
Well, they usually use the 28-day calendar, so it should happen even before that.
Yeah, that'd be the 14th. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
It needs to be said that I am a medium in a channel. I do.
Oh, okay. Let's just deal with that. She's making predictive statements as a medium. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mediums talk to dead people.
Yes.
Do dead people have the keys to the future?
They may be in touch with the Akashic record. So it's possible, I suppose. But she's also a channeler, so she channels spirit guides. And spirit guides, they know things, man.
Okay.
You also do astrology, but the
Of course you
information
do.
that I am getting is channeled from the universe and from spirits that would know. Okay.
Okay, she answered my question. I appreciate that. Could you ask them who's going to win the Super Bowl?
And what the point spread is going to be.
Yeah,
That's important to my betting.
The spread is really important. Could you reach out to the spirit guides and ask?
That would be great.
This is why you can never take these psychics seriously. There's a great episode of Third Rock from the Sun where Tommy asked that question, like, how come they don't like pick who's going to win the lotto or get the lotto numbers? And the one who believes in is like, because they totally don't do this for money.
Yeah, give me $25 up front, so I'll read your
right. Yeah, they're just that good of people that they I do not believe in getting rich.
Okay. This is officially speaking. I'm not just doing cards in my bedroom.
Okay, I had to say, somebody the other day said for the record and then repeated a bunch of stupid shit, and I had to point out just saying for the record doesn't mean anything if what you say afterwards is shit.
Well, okay, so this I actually know a little bit about. In the community of the witchcraft people on the internets,
yeah,
there are intuitives, and a lot of them, or the channelers that are doing like stuff with tarot cards.
Yeah,
they disdain the ones that are at home and they're just hanging out on their bed doing cards. That's not serious enough. Those are the fakes.
She said this is official, like she's got some government stamp for it.
Oh yeah, see, she got a certification from some crappy website that she gave $20 to get a certificate. So it's not like those bedroom ones. She's a real feminist, not a bedroom feminist.
So if this doesn't turn out to be true, what does her saying it's official mean?
It means that's how it was meant to be, but dark forces probably intervened. Maybe some counter hexes were placed by Trump's warlocks and their dark magics. That's usually the type of excuse you'd expect.
I'm now picturing the South Park where they had the psychic battle.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, son of a bitch. Look, if people want to, believe in astrology and stuff, whatever. But when you get to the point where you're making predictions and shit like this, maybe it's time to come back to the real world a little bit.
Whatever.
How come these people never predict anything bad before it actually happens? Instead, they're like, I had a feeling this whole week. Like, all right. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that she actually is channeling a spirit from the other side. Don't you think it's possible with how many times he's made you wrong that he's just fucking with you?
I don't think that ever enters their mind, honestly.
You're like, he's telling his little spirit friends, watch what I'll make this bitch say next. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm a professional. I'm a very experienced medium and channel. I read energy very well. I talk to
like
spirit
15.
guides.
Why would it matter if you were very experienced being a channel? Either the spirit is telling you shit or it's not.
Well, you have to interpret what is like being conveyed to you. It's not like this is what's happening. No, it's like they're using some symbolism or semaphore or something. They keep it vague for the obvious reason that they're frauds.
And I read soul contracts.
That's the part that got me with this.
I'm sorry, that's a grown-ass woman who just used the phrase, I read soul contracts.
For Satan, he's usually the only one writing those. I read soul contracts. That's a weird hobby to have. I mean,
all right, prove it. Pull up Faust's soul contract. I want to read it.
Yeah. Some people read fishes.
I read soul contract. You're a grown-ass woman. Fuck. You know, here's the part that bothers me is that I know some of these people are just charlatans.
Yeah.
But I also know some of them really believe they're bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the hilarious part. Look, if you were actually a psychic or a medium, that would be something that you probably wouldn't tell people about because it's freaky.
You're going to end up in a government lab and they're going to take apart your brain.
Yeah, they're going to dissect you to learn how to weaponize that shit. You want to keep that stuff on the down low, like the down low, like fire starter.
I just want to point out, she just said the words, I read soul contracts. Look at how sincere her face is.
I'm wondering if she's got like a donation site of some kind, like a Ko-Fi or Buy Me a Coffee.
I learned something about myself last night, Jack. I would not make a good police detective.
Too angry?
No. I can spot bullshit from a mile away, but I am susceptible to repeated denials. And I learned this watching interrogation footage. And you know how cops are allowed to lie and stuff in their interrogations. As I was watching, they were pointing out some of the things that they were lying to this one, especially this one lady. And she just kept denying. No, wasn't me. No, didn't have. Her husband got shot at the end of her driveway.
No,
Didn't wake her up. Didn't wake her up, by the way. She didn't wake up till the police knocked on her door that morning. And she wasn't the shooter, but it did turn out that she was absolutely guilty. And I'm like, you had to lie and she still didn't break. She clearly didn't do it. But even I would look at something like this and go like, you can tell me all day long that you can read, what was it? Soul contracts. And there's no fucking way I'm going to believe that.
Maybe she got a hold of a bunch of stuff in Motown and she was reading Ike and Tina Turner's contract for their soul music.
And then that would not be a lie, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. See, then it's actually true. She does read soul contracts. See, we cracked the case, Monkey. You saying you won't be a good detective.
Did Monkey talk about the Daniel Penny case? Was there some update to it?
The trial's going on right now.
Yeah, it's been going on for like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah, so far they admitted that he was the guy was still breathing after the chokehold, which the prosecution's entire case was resting on the fact that Penny killed him, basically. And the guy was on a bunch of drugs.
Yeah, but look, I don't think Penny necessarily deserves to go to prison for it, but their case isn't necessarily resting on that. It's that his action caused the death, whether he died immediately or not. I think it's nonsense.
Yeah,
I mean, it's what the case was brought on. We have the drug results. It's not like they can come back and go, no, he was totally not high. That's something they had to admit to the jury. Dark Resurrect, thank you so much for the feminist $12. I know not everyone believes in the whole witchy thing. However, as a practicing Celtic pagan, it's okay to laugh. I don't like these people faking hexes and curses. To me, those are very meaningful and can have dire consequences. It annoys me. And it should, because look, even if I don't believe in it, right? But let's say I'm wrong. Let's say, Jack, that there's even a whole Harry Potter wizarding world out there. And I'm not trying to make fun here. I'm going to the extreme.
Mm-hmm.
The people who would actually be doing that are hiding it. Because it would completely fuck them up. We would kill them with nukes.
Yeah, they'd be hunted down and torn apart for their power. Look, even if you believe in like shamans being able to see other realms and stuff like that, that's still something that's so rare. It's literally considered sacred.
Yeah.
Only special people can have that sort of thing. Plus, like hexes and spellcasting is generally speaking a lot more complicated than what the Llewellyn book series would tell you. That these people are making light of something that is considered holy, for lack of a better term. This is a sacred tradition that only a handful of people are even capable of doing because they have special attunement to the other side or whatever mystical energies they can contact. That is something rare and exceedingly important to religion. These people are making it into a joke.
I feel like it must be for practicing Wiccans who find these people detestable. There's very much the way most Christians feel about faith healers.
Yeah, faith healers or trenders.
Yeah.
These are the witch trenders, guys.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so don't feel like we're making fun of your religion, Dark Resurrect. We're not. We're making fun of this retard.
Now, before we get into this any further, it needs to be said that my spirit guide, who works with me whenever I work with clients to read soul contracts, he pulls the actual contract that was agreed to with that soul, okay? We're pulling it from spirit. This guide is saying Kamala Harris has it in her soul contract to be president, okay?
Well, I can't disagree with that, Jack. We gotta swear her in.
I mean, nobody's ever broken a contract before, ever in the history of anything.
Once again, don't you think you're and Jack? By the way, first of all, this is the best picture of her.
Yeah, one eye closed, the other half open. Like,
because you can almost see the drool at this point.
Yeah,
but again. With
her
her losing the election, don't you think if somebody's whispering in your ear that they're just fucking with you? Because that's what I would think. I'd be like, okay, this fucking guy's just messing with me. I can't believe anything he tells me.
Green Badger
dog, said, cynic. Put the peanut butter away. Sorry, go ahead.
Green Badger said, "I'm just a soul notary."
Oh God, this is so stupid.
So astrologically, we can see she has the transits for it. We get confirmation that her soul contract also has indications of this.
Wait, does it have indications or does it say it? Because those are two different things.
You said she reads them, not that she interprets them.
She said that her soul contract said it was going to happen.
Yeah, now she's hedging.
How do you know? Wait, how do you know that this isn't her soul contract for her next life?
Yeah, or maybe it's next election.
Or when you sign the soul contract to become president, I don't know where you do that at, but I'd like to talk to them about some other things I have ideas for.
Like bridges and sails.
Do you have to decide which life you're using it in?
Yeah, and how do we know that it's president of the United States? You just said president. Maybe she's going to be president of the local antique car dealership club.
And how you know you got the right Kamala Harris? Maybe there's another one out there. Maybe it's that Kamala who's supposed. Maybe it's Kamala Harris who's supposed to get it.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, man.
That's so true.
We also have indications from the universe that Trump's energy, his energy won't be allowed. He cannot go any further. It looks
Because there's nothing higher than president, lady.
He could get it. He could become a saint.
weird right now. As we've said, the energy is going to flip. You're probably feeling this on mundane levels, but this is also happening on a worldwide stage, okay? The energy is going to go topsy-turvy. And that's probably why a lot of you are feeling so weird. Externally, what you're feeling inside does not match up, and that's why you're feeling so anxious and so scared, and you don't need to be. Try to take some time to ground this energy out. I know, believe me. I have PTSD. I have it.
Of course you do. Is there a woman on TikTok who doesn't have PTSD?
No.
Is there a woman on YouTube or anywhere that doesn't? I'd like to meet them because PTSD has become like hangnails these days.
Yeah. There's very few leftists that don't have PTSD. I remember Amberlynn Reed claimed that she had ASMR. She was diagnosed with it.
Mr. Hughes says Trump will rule Eternia as master of the universe.
That's right. He's He-Man. Trump man. Thank you, Circus Zero. What she doesn't know is, quote, Spirit failed the spiritual bar exam. Oh, shit. Her spirit guide failed the bar exam? Shit. That's not a real spirit lawyer then. So that spirit contract is null and void. Thank you, sir.
Well, she's not to be taken seriously. I think we've made that abundantly clear throughout this.
Yeah, if you were taking this woman seriously even for 10 seconds, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. All right.
Anxiety. I know how hard it is to cope with this, especially when the external, when the external is not matching up, if you don't have support. Do your best to take care of yourself right now. Do anything you can to make yourself feel cozy. Take care of yourself, eat, talk to each other, support each other. Go out and treat yourself to something, okay? You got to take care of yourself.
Here's the link to my store.
Yeah, my Etsy store where I make witchy stuff. Now, why would she use the word cozy? Is she directing people to Nick Fuentes?
Yes.
Oh, it's a dog whistle.
I just like how she do anything to make yourself feel cozy. I'm like, heroin? That is a very, very, very vague statement.
A little bit.
Do anything to make yourself feel cozy. Maybe bring that in. Maybe your spirit guide said nobody will do anything negative. Fuck. My spirit guide told me Donald Trump will not be in the Oval Office. And then when he is, my spirit guide said, no, he found another soul contract.
No, it was some demons interfered or something.
Thank you, Mighty Balzac. New TV show, Better Call Saul. Indeed. Oh my God. I thought is that a dude?
Yes, that's a dude.
Okay. Because he looks kind of feminine, but not.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to beat the bear insurance scam one, but I thought we needed to cover that first to make sure we got it in today.
The rise of divine feminine. My guides have told me we will prevail. You're a dude, man. She will be our president. This one's almost as long as the other one.
It's a little shorter.
By like what, 20 seconds?
I don't know. There was like a 6-minute one I thought I put in there. So
okay. Because I'm like,
yeah,
these are not noticeably different.
Yeah, sorry. I thought I put the 6-minute one in, but I must have clicked a different link because that chick I watched, but I didn't think I gave you that link. It was a black woman talking about the same nonsense.
Faithless says it's Moana. Did y'all know there's a new Moana coming out in a couple of days?
Is that the live action one?
No, Moana 2.
Moana Boogaloo.
I did not know that. And this is a major Disney property. And I'm like, I just saw Red 1 has come out, and I'd never even heard of it before I watched it.
That looked pretty funny.
Did you? I didn't think so. I thought it looked very forced.
It probably is, but I'd be willing to watch that one because there's some decent actors in it.
It looked like they tried pushing a movie onto Ryan Reynolds, and he said no thanks. So they get somebody else who can pretend to do a Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Like it was Sean William Scott must have been busy that weekend. Real quick though, thank you, Evolved Potato. God Emperor Trump will sit upon his golden throne, which he does have. He has a golden toilet. That's true. That is all perfect. He will lead humanity to the stars with the help of the one to colonize Mars. Was 40K predictive? Apparently we're all going to be fighting space aliens soon and corruption from the warp.
Furry says Moana was good, but I think it will go the way of Frozen 2. Frozen 2 did like $1 billion. It wasn't as beloved as the first one, but it made like $1 billion, and there's a third one on the way.
I forgot there was a second one.
It wasn't that good. It was really kind of dumb.
That'll happen.
But it did well. I was just shocked because I had the little one over and she wanted to watch Moana. And if you go to Disney Plus and it says Moana, and then underneath it says something like, don't forget to check out Moana 2 coming November 27th. And I'm like, how is this the first that I'm hearing the release date of a major Disney movie a week or two before it's coming out?
Yeah, I'd never heard of that. They've had a couple movies come out that I didn't know about.
Moana 2 will be very successful, but won't be anywhere near as the first. It'll depend. Did what's his name write the music again? Because Moana 1, if you actually watch it, the story is incredibly stupid. The ocean literally could have taken care of the whole problem without involving anyone else.
Yeah, but why not make other people do your bitch work?
It makes no sense why they're like, no, only this little girl can make it happen, when the ocean at one point literally picks up the rock. Well, you could have put it in. It's fine. Because Disney hasn't been advertising on Twitter. I've seen TV and other stuff where I should have seen it by now. Disney's advertising has sucked lately.
But they're not targeting the audience. They're targeting political arenas.
They should be hyping the shit out of that stuff.
They're too dumb. And a lot of their stuff has been trash, so people aren't going to go see it anyway.
Yeah, but this is Moana, which, again, did really well in theaters. And really, I actually like Moana. It's stupid as shit, but it's a fun little movie. The whole sequence with the little I don't know if they're little coconut guys, clearly just an attempt to sell toys, which was fine. And to make Moana look badass, but it's like old school where it's just a more fun movie. And
well, aren't all kids' movies just a vehicle to sell toys?
Yes, they should be.
Yeah, I mean that's what cartoons used to be.
Well, I mean, if you go back to like Snow White, the original Disney one, that one wasn't.
No, but they didn't really understand I mean, toys were like tin back then. They weren't toys as we understand them today. You couldn't have a Barbie or a G.I. Joe back then. Those were the 30s.
It's also the 35th anniversary of The Little Mermaid. Did I tell you I was looking through a toy catalog and they had a Little Mermaid toy? I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then I realized it's based on the live action one.
Oh.
I was like, oh.
I
bet that's selling not.
Like hotcakes.
All right, we got Moana here. Let's see what Moana has to say. Apparently, feminine energy is the rise of the divine feminine.
Yes.
That sounds like a book by Fuck, I've forgotten all the feminist names.
Now, the divine feminine is a religious theorem too, because there are a lot of religious there are a lot of religions based around divine women, and it's usually more primitive societies that do that. But that's a thing that it's like everything else they do. There's a hint of something, like they saw a title of an academic book and they ran with it.
BB says Disney hides a lot of peen in their artwork. Of course they do, because it's male artists, and the first thing any man does when you give him something artsy to do is make a penis. I'd say about the time my friend, he got a computer drawing tablet thing, and he calls his wife over and goes, look, and he had drawn a big penis. She's like, stop it. And he goes, here, check this one out. And she goes, I'm not looking again. He goes, no, I didn't do it this time. And she came over, and sure enough, he'd drawn another. He did this to her like 5 times.
Somebody's a slow learner.
Because we think it's funny to make penises.
Yeah, duh.
Because it is.
Yeah.
We are witnessing the rise of the divine feminine. Stay hopeful, stay on task.
Are you sure that's a dude?
I just looking at him. I mean, you could say the voice is feminine, but there's programs that do that.
All right.
We will have the result that we are expecting. We just have to hold on.
I know the mustache can throw you off on it being a lady, but there are women with those.
Hold on for one more day.
A few more days, a few more weeks, and we will get the result that we are seeking. There are a lot of people all over this country who are working on this.
I do wonder that when he takes the oath, look, you can point to the right in 2020 and be like, they were well against it and they tried an insurrection. But when Biden actually was sworn in, nobody was like, I never saw this coming. To be this delusional, like, no, we're gonna win this thing. That's got to be brain breaking when it doesn't work.
You'd think so, yeah.
There are people manifesting. There are witches and hoodoos who are working on this.
Fuck's a hoodoo?
It's like voodoo, but slightly different.
All right.
There are lots of everyday people who are visualizing the outcome of this election.
Manifesting and visualizing, notoriously successful things.
Oh, son of a bitch. All right, yeah. That's how you change the world, visualize.
Yeah.
There are people behind the scenes investigating what happened. There are lots of
You know what? At least that part I can give you. Because people could investigate and find something went crazy. They're not gonna, but
they could, theoretically.
They could. There's a world of difference between investigating and visualizing. Maybe that's what the prosecutor in the Penny case needs to do. He just needs to visualize the prosecution.
Yeah, he's going to manifest the correct outcome, right?
Jesus criminy.
The people reporting that their votes weren't counted. Check your vote at vote.org. If it wasn't counted, report it. There are places you can report it, like the Department of Justice or your.
There's often look, we all know some shady shit goes on.
Yeah.
But let's say you're in Pennsylvania and you put the wrong date on your ballot. There's a reason you can't find it. It's not supposed to be counted.
What?
By all means, turn it in and be like, hey, my vote wasn't counted. And chances are they'll be like, yeah, because you fucked it up.
Local county registrar. There are people engaged in this activity all over this country. There are people posting videos about red flags and discrepancies. The people are rising up. The people are uniting. We're getting past those.
They're really not, though. I mean, to the left's credit, let that hang for a second. The majority of them are just like, yeah, she got her ass kicked because it was a bad campaign. Whatever they blame it on, Jack, they're like, no, she got her ass kicked. She lost. even the most they can hope for now is Donald Trump didn't get 50% of the popular vote. That's what they're clinging to now, Jack.
Well, I mean, this whole thing is just sad cope. It's really, really pathetic.
Yeah, if you were one of her followers and she was speaking it this way, would you have any face? She's not. There's like no excitement behind her voice at all. Like, yeah, some people are doing some stuff. Don't lose hope. Fuck, my
Meanwhile,
life
sounding-
sucks.
Yeah, my life sucks. I'm sad. My candidate lost. I need some copium.
So she's admitting to election denial. Sounds like it.
Those initial reactions of finger pointing and, oh, it's you did this and you're the one that's trying to destroy me. We're past that. We are coming together and we are raising our consciousness, and we are all going to see. Everyone's going to see what really happened. It's going to become clear over time. And
This is just proof because somebody has a little darker skin and vaguely Indian looking shit behind them. It doesn't make them, intelligent at all.
No, this is a wise Indian elder monkey. How dare you?
we're going to see
In a
a
cardigan.
shift in our consciousness, right? This is what my guides have told me. We are going to see a shift in our consciousness throughout this country. Not
It's
just
going to be
people who
huge.
already
Gonna be huge. Yeah, there's a shift coming. Again, I'm stuck on maybe your guides are just fucking with you. I know there's totally a shift coming. It's Trump, but I'm not going to tell you that.
First time I went to a psychic fair years and years ago, I went with a buddy of mine, and he whispered to me, he's like, dude, if I start hearing spirit guide voices, I'm going to go get some meds.
Yeah. I kind of want to go to I've never been to a psychic, Jack.
Oh, they're hilarious.
I want to go.
were suspecting certain things. But over time, more and more people are going to see the truth, and the truth is going to come out. So you just need to hold on. And yeah, some people are saying I'm delusional, or
Those people are right. If you 100% believe the stupid shit you're saying right now, the people calling you delusional are right. I just want to get that up. For the record, those people are correct. It's official.
or I'm in the denial stage of grief. And I just don't believe that. But, I could be wrong.
They say I'm in denial. I don't believe it. Well, you won that argument.
You got him.
Oh, shit. Don't set me up like that, lady.
But if I'm wrong, a lot of us are wrong.
And there's never been a lot of people wrong before, Jack.
No, it's never happened in history.
Oh, fuck. All right.
The momentum is growing. And there are if it was just me saying this, I would just question myself. But
Okay, here's something you guys need to know when you go to charlatans like this. Desperate people are easy to sway.
Yeah.
And these people are desperate right now.
Yeah.
They're looking for any hope that Donald Trump didn't actually win this thing.
There's a great book called The True Believer. And it says in there how the most gullible people are not poor people, it's the newly poor. And that's kind of what you're seeing here is you have people that aren't used to losing, and they can't comprehend it and they can't cope with it. So they'll turn to any scumbag that tells them what they want to hear.
Yeah, the reason that you have con men and stuff go take advantage, during national crisis and stuff is because these are people that are desperate.
Yeah.
And that is their mark.
Yeah. Desperate people fall for anything.
Hope is both wonderful and horrible at the same time because of people like this.
Yeah.
there are a lot of people saying this. There are a lot of people who are feeling this, who are intuitively tapping in to this reality and knowing that things are changing. The results that we saw on Wednesday are not the results that we are going to have in the final analysis. So keep the faith.
And you're basing that on the spirit guide who told you she was going to win, I'm sure. I wonder if we go back a week, Jack, what her spirit guides were telling her about the election itself.
Oh, yeah. Well,
the 4 a.m. club, is that these guys are fucking insane. Yeah. Look, the actual tenets of like Wiccanism, just reconnecting with the earth and that kind of stuff, I don't really have a problem with it. Do your thing. But when you start telling me about how the spirits have come out and talked to you about soul contracts and it's just a feeling, you're just lying to people. That's all. Leave people alone. Again, to me, it is very much like the I don't have a problem with Christianity. Y'all do your thing. But when you get into the point of I can suck cancer out of your body by touching you on the forehead, go fuck yourself. You're a horrible charlatan. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this one. Guys, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. My spirit guide told me it's time to leave.
Oh.
And unlike their spirit guides, mine's right.
Oh, my spirit guide said you shall like, share, and subscribe and give us all your money.
My spirit guide said, don't call me. I only answer texts. That's been one of the biggest changes in my life is when I was a kid, young girls, teenage girls had this thing where they were always on the phone, constantly talking on the phone. And now they're like, I don't do phone calls. I only text. Why are you calling? There's a whole big thing about that on the internet. Like, why are you called? No, just text. They're like afraid of actual speech now.
Yeah, they don't like actually dealing with other humans, whereas text is more impersonal and takes longer.
From 14 to 17, I was pretty much on the phone probably 20% of my day. Because that's where the girls were, and I like, chicks. So
you heard it here first, guys. Monkey likes chicks.
I like chicks. Don't tell the chicks. I'm still flying under the radar. But it is weird how it's gone from them, calling all the time to no, I don't talk on the phone. What the hell's wrong with you? That's weird.
Yeah, I just send messages so you're not sure if I'm a woman or not.
Why would you talk on the phone? Weird. Anyway, thanks for coming and hanging out. Thank you for the donations. You guys are so kind. Jack, anything on the show?
I'll drop a link to a really cool video. As always, thank you so much for the donations. You guys are awesome. If you want to watch our shenanigans, our links are all in the description.
I was asked if I was going to do a game stream. I don't know. If I do, it's probably going to be later today. I think I'm sick because pain in the chest, and I just keep getting really, really tired.
Sure, it's not a heart attack.
That might be a heart attack. It's pain in the lungs, not the heart area, though.
Oh, well, you're pretty old. It could be all sorts of problems.
Honestly, it's starting to feel like pneumonia.
Oh, that's not good.
No, but shit happens. Wouldn't be the first time.
You should talk to one of those doctor people.
I'm going to reach out to a medium and see what they say.
Oh, yeah. Spirit guides might be able to direct you to a good specialist.
It's called being 48, and that wouldn't be me because I'm 49.
I don't think that's an improvement on that statement, Monkey.
No, but it means it would be something different. Go get checked, Monk. I'll be all right. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming, Jack. A pleasure as always.
Oh, always glad to be here.
Everyone, we love you. Take care of yourselves, and we will see y'all next time.
Bye, everybody.
By the way, I don't think I actually have pneumonia. I think it's just a little chest cold. I actually think it's my sinuses, Jack.
Oh.
Because, they can fuck with all parts, all of your breathing system. And this goddamn weather keeps changing. It's annoying. Just saying.
I agree.
That was your song for tonight. It was a rap.
Yeah, it postmodern hip hop.